Yeah, it looks that way, so it'll be his call, but I think he's going to be good to go.
How excited, or how good is it to get him into a game now before the break?
Well, I'm sure the medical team talked about that as he better off waiting the 4 days, but he's cleared. I think they've been cautious with it. The team's in a good place, and you don't want to rush, his injury, so they were going to let it, make sure they were as close to 100% as they feel they can be, which at some point he's got to get out there and play. So there's two sides of that. If he plays, he's got a little time to recuperate, feel better the next game, or he can, I guess, keep waiting. But at the end of the day, once you're cleared, you're cleared. So here he is.
Is there a place that he has an immediate impact? There's five defensively.
I'd say at right wing, Darren, I would say.
I should have
Well, listen, there's going to be rust. There always is, but with him, it seems like there's less. He's such a cerebral player, and you don't lose that. So the hands, he's got great hands. So I imagine it'll take a few touches, but he's been working on that in practice. It's not like he hasn't been around the group at all. So I think that part. I think for him, it'll be a little bit of being around people, flying around. We haven't had a lot of those physical practices, but so his immediate impact to me will be, I would think, the power play for sure, right? That's a drop-off area that he's really gives us a lot of options from down there. We've plugged in different guys. Jackson, Barbie have kept up a pretty good pace. But he's only going to make that better. PK, we've had different guys roll through. We don't take a lot of those, so I'm sure he'll ease his way back in there. But probably more with his offensive play, I guess, side of the puck.
back on that first power play unit.
Yeah, I think him and Pav have done a great job both. I mean, I think Pav has the most power play goals in our team, so it's we're comfortable with either one. We figured we'd get Ole a game or two in, and that's kind of how it started the year when it was at its best, so we'll look at that. But again, if Ole's tired on a shift coming off and they've drawn the penalty, then I have no problem putting Pav in there. They're to me, they're interchangeable parts on that elbow.
One goal in 2 games now, Coach. Where have you seen the improvements?
Checking, stopping in the slot. There's certainly a few chances the other night, but there are a lot of one and done. So I thought we're doing a better job taking care of the house. Same with Edmonton. Third period was a little bit probably more than we'd like around the front of the net, but I think we've done a good job clearing out getting the first save, clearing the rebounds. Obviously, we didn't give up a power play against Edmonton, only one in Anaheim. They scored a goal late, but it was a kind of a flash screen, so I thought we did a good job in the PK, so discipline's been good. I think taking care of the puck between the blue lines much better than we did against Utah. We addressed that. That was one of our poorer efforts, and it led to us have to dig a pretty big hole. So I think we've been more conscious of when to make plays and when to sort of drive pucks deep or play behind them. Yeah, he's out in the ice. It's good. He's around his teammates, so in a red jersey with us. So that bodes well for him. We don't play again till Thursday, so we'll get a better idea what his return will be. But as soon as he gets out of that red and into a white, we'll have a better idea. But yeah, he's trending probably for next weekend sometime or that trip.
How much are you looking forward to 4 or 5 days of practice?
I think we're looking forward to a couple days off and then kind of resetting, to be honest. We need a bit of a break in terms of the amount of intensity we've played and how many on the road. But it'll be good to get a couple practices in. I think just last week, that one, go back to your question, Gosha, I think helped us just sort of reset a little bit and get back to a couple of details we can work on in practice and as opposed to a morning skate. So that'll be good. To do both, to be honest. Like, we haven't had this type of break all year, and I imagine other teams have, so ours is coming at a good time. Although it's ironic, we're probably as healthy as we've been. But you know what? When you have to plug other guys in, you find out a bit about your team, and we got through it. So that's a big positive, and it'll help us later when and if we have to go through it again.
Is there a little bit more juice for that first game of the playoff rematch? You guys just see these guys have done over the last
I think our games against Dallas are always good. They're always, to me, close, typically low scoring, tight checking. I think each team knows each other well. So I think both teams usually are at, if they're not their A game, they're certainly B plus. I think there was once last year we went in there and we had our, it was a one-sided on our side. I think it was 6-1, but that typically is not the case. I expect another close game, and I think both teams would get up for each other fairly easily, probably because of the playoffs.
That was the dad's jersey, that's why.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. That explains it. Yep.